This week in Ohio Country Today, our feature stories are all about our friends at the Ohio Corn and Wheat Growers Association. We have a great story with Anthony Bush, a corn and wheat grower up in Morrow County. All that and more this week in Ohio Country Today. Rodak and Midway Trailers are your source for Wilson Livestock Trailers. Reliable, lightweight, and durable, Wilson Livestock Trailers are your best value year after year. With attention to animal and operator safety, Wilson offers biosecurity and features more attuned to the needs and concerns of today's livestock haulers. Remember Rodak and Midway Trailers for sales and service of Wilson Livestock Trailers, with 3 locations to serve you in Delphus, St. Mary's, and Dayton.
It's a humble idea. Use a biological process to turn a plant into a power source. From that idea came the first Poet refinery. One biorefinery in one town turned into 27 facilities in 27 towns, creating new local jobs, producing hundreds of millions of gallons of ethanol, and providing renewable products around the world. Suddenly, that one little idea seems a whole lot bigger. See the world differently with Poet.
Wrap it up with a new Anderson bale wrapper from Apple Farm Service. Protect your hay from Mother Nature with Anderson's lineup of single bale wrappers and inline wrappers. Wrap small, square, large square, and round bales to keep hay fresh in the dead of winter. Trust the experts in bale wrapping. Anderson, available at your local Apple Farm Service. Stop in to learn more about the lineup of Anderson bale wrappers at Apple Farm Service.
Alan Davis, business owner, active farmer. No one knows farmers' needs better than Alan. Give him a call today at 419-738-7447 and talk about total farm protection and more. Alan Davis Insurance Agency is your solutions provider for auto, home, life, business, recreational, total farm protection and more. Call 419-738-7447. That's 419-738-7447. Welcome back to Ohio Country Today. Big Dan Wilson alongside of Anthony Bush. And Anthony is a farmer here in Morrow County, right next to Richland County, where we're at today at beautiful Spitzer Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram here in Mansfield, Ohio. Anthony, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Anthony, let's talk a little bit about your farming operation there in Morrow County.
So I farm just about 20 minutes from where we sit right now. I farm corn, soybeans, and wheat, and just one county away. And it's really nice to be at a really nice Dodge dealership like this and see what they're doing and doing for agriculture.
We're here today for the Ag Rally taking place nationwide, and we once again want to thank our friends here at Spitzer Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram for inviting us and having us here today. Anthony, let's talk a little bit about your operation once again. It's a family operation, 4th generation, right?
Yeah, it goes clear back to my great-grandfather, and my father actually passed away about 7 years ago, but he and my uncle really built the business up, and so now I have my son farming with me full-time, so he's actually 5th generation, and I have a daughter that works full-time in agriculture for the Ohio Farm Bureau, and she's available anytime I need her on the farm, and of course my wife is close by. She's a nurse at Ohio State, and so it's a family operation, and have some really good guys that help me out that I couldn't do it without.
We want to give a big shout out to his daughter, Amanda Bush, over at the Ohio Farm Bureau. She does some wonderful things over there, and she's a great support for those of us in broadcasting and in the communications industry. So you should be very proud of her.
Oh, I'm very proud of her. She's a dynamo. She does really good work.
Well, as we sit here at the end of June, why don't you give us a little bit of a crop update for this neck of the woods? What are you seeing out there, and how are things looking on your farm?
Well, it's nice to do this today because I just finished side dressing corn, and I was actually very pleased. I planted most of my corn right at the end of April. Was not necessarily the best time to be planting this year, but it was 80 degrees, dry, sunny, dusty. So I went ahead and did it, and then about 2 weeks later, after a bunch of cold, wet rain, I got the rotary hoe out, and I pretty much saved the crop. So it was really fun to go back across it with the side dresser and see that the crop is really pretty decent, and I'm sure glad I didn't tear it up and replant it.
Well, your crop's looking good. Why don't you give us a report on some of the other counties like Richland, where we're at, and some of the other areas that you've been able to check out over the last week or so?
Yeah, I've actually been around quite a bit, and overall in Ohio, what I've seen is pretty good. A lot of the beans got planted middle of May in Ohio, and they're all about the same. And there's a lot of spraying going on right now, post spraying, and there's a lot of wheat getting really close to being harvested. In southern Ohio, they are actually harvesting today. Early reports we're hearing are pretty good, and as long as we don't get hit with a lot of rain or anything else in the next couple of weeks, I look for some really nice wheat.
That's very encouraging. Well, speaking about crops, of course, you're part of the Ohio Corn and Wheat Growers Association. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you started with that organization and some of the things that you do for them?
Well, sometimes when you run your mouth a little too much, they put you to work. And I just, Tad Nicholson, our executive director, and I actually went to high school together. And I just ran into him at a golf tournament, at the Muirfield Golf Tournament, and we started talking with his boss at the time, Dwayne Seekman, and that got me involved. And they put me on an action team and on the national level. And then about 2 years later, I ended up chairing that action team for 3 years, and then I ended up serving on the National Corn Growers Board for 6 years and chaired the Finance Committee for 4 of those. And so I've had a really great experience advocating for agriculture and mostly on the policy side of things, and lots of trips to Washington, D.C., and lots of face-to-face meetings with people that make the decisions.
Yeah, we usually catch up with you guys at Farm Science Review. It's going to be exciting to have a review this year, and tell us what you guys have planned for our farmers out there who are planning on attending this year's review.
Well, first of all, I can't say how glad I am to not be wearing a mask and be back and out in the public and seeing people. And I'm also retired past co-chair of Commodity Classic as well. And so I'm still on the Commodity Classic committee, so really looking forward to New Orleans in 2022. And for our Farm Science Review coming up, Ohio Corn and Wheat we have our own building, and we always have a big display there. And it's a great opportunity for our members to come see us. And we always have board members in there manning the booth, and we're always available to come in and talk to. And if you want to just shake our hands or yell at us or say how pleased you are with us, why we're always listening, and that's what we're here for. And we really do our best to put on a good show and do the absolute best job we can for our members.
Should I bother asking you any questions from Commodity Classic about guys like Bam Bauer and Yoder or not?
You could ask me anything you want. So Fred Yoder is, if I had a mentor in this world, it'd be Fred Yoder. He really encouraged me as a young grower and young leader to get out of my comfort zone and go do some things. And boy, I'm telling you, I've been out of my comfort zone a few times. And thanks to Fred Yoder, I've been able to do a lot of things and on behalf of Ohio agriculture.
Well, we really appreciate you joining us today. If people want more information about the Ohio Corn and Wheat Growers Association, tell us that website.
You can go to ohiocornandwheat.org, and it's a very good website, very user-friendly, and it's well managed, and all the information you would need is on there, or you can just call me personally if you'd like.
Anthony Bush has been our guest. Anthony, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll be back with more in Ohio Country today, right after this. Alan Davis, business owner, active farmer. No one knows farmers' needs better than Alan. Give him a call today at 419-738-7447 and talk about total farm protection and more. Alan Davis Insurance Agency is your solutions provider for auto, home, life, business, recreational, total farm protection and more. Call 419-738-7447. That's 419-738-7447.
Ohio Corn and Wheat is a trade association for grain farmers, and so it's one of those examples of being able to do more together than any farmer can ever do alone. So whether it's in public policy advocacy or in education, these are the key components of a good trade association.
It's a group of us, because a lot of times just being one person in a small community, you don't have that voice.
It's important for us to work together on the issues that matter to have a bigger voice.
We're working on making our industry stronger. not only here locally, here in Ohio, but worldwide.
We are great at growing grains here in the United States, but we also need to be great about getting those grains to consumers in other countries.
They're there in those countries working diligently day after day to move our products to help us and help our markets around the world.
They're advocating on our behalf. Whatever's important to us is important to them.
People are not too concerned about farmers. They're concerned about how we farm.
Everybody's attitude on the farm is, we're only borrowing this land for our generation. We want to pass it on to the next generation better than what we've got it.
We are doing a lot of research to determine how to keep nutrients from leaving our soils and heading into the waterways.
They are a voice for me on the farm in Washington, and they're a great source of information that I can tap into any day of the week.
I just feel confident that all the issues that are facing me as a farmer, they have people that are addressing those issues, and they have people at the right places, in the right meetings to help me continue to be profitable here on my farm and protect my freedom to farm.
This association allows us to band together and become a stronger voice together than any farmer could ever do by themselves.
Your operation is unique, so shouldn't your options be unique for your forage boxes? Meet Meyer Manufacturing, available at your local Apple Farm Service. Meyer offers the world-famous front, rear, and dual discharge boxes with sizes from 14 feet to 40 feet. Hydraulic or PTO, and your choice of roof or open top.
The new Ag Pack is here at St. Mary's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your exclusive certified agriculture dealership. Ag Pack is a powerful package of farm and ranch discounts and incentives worth thousands of dollars, absolutely free. Stop by and see Dave Hager, your ag commercial specialist, and ask about the vehicles, discounts, and incentives in the new Ag Pack.
You get straight talk, real service, and the right price. St. Mary's Chrysler, you get straight talk.
Checkoff dollars are really a fundamental concept of having a pooling of dollars so that we can accomplish some things together that really can't be done by any one individual farmer.
Checkoff dollars are huge. Ohio Corn and Wheat are using those checkoff dollars to promote our livelihood and protect our way of life.
Checkoff dollars help increase demand for our crops so we can move our product further down the road.
Checkoff dollars are extremely important to help educate and market our product around the world.
How else would a little farmer in Northwest Ohio have the opportunity to sell our grain abroad?
We got to get out and tell our story, tell the good things we're doing on our farms personally to make not only farmers' lives better, but everyone in the world's lives better.
Ohio Corn and Wheat, we spend a lot of time on water quality. What we're really working on is research. It's one of the fundamental roles of our checkoff.
It's so important to teach the next generation about the water quality and how to sustain it. And we always have to continue to learn and continue to adapt.
The ethanol industry and infrastructure in Ohio has largely been built with checkoff dollars.
It's one of the greatest success stories of our checkoff program. There's this whole world that's just discovering ethanol out there. And we've been working on ethanol exports as a new frontier.
A big conversation going forward, how we can get more corn grind into ethanol and provide consumers that choice at the pump.
It's an investment in your future. You're creating a demand to get more product.
Wrap it up with a new Anderson bale wrapper from Apple Farm Service. Protect your hay from Mother Nature with Anderson's lineup of single bale wrappers and inline wrappers. Wrap small, square, large square, and round bales to keep hay fresh in the dead of winter. Trust the experts in bale wrapping. Anderson, available at your local Apple Farm Service. Stop in to learn more about the lineup of Anderson bale wrappers at Apple Farm Service.
Vachetta Creek Steaks, from my farm to your table, family owned and operated on a 210-acre free-range ranch. We've chosen to maintain smaller facilities, a smaller herd size, and to use more expensive feed. Why? Because we have happy cows. The well-being of our earth creatures is the heart of our farm. We work hard to provide the best beef to all of our customers. We encourage you to sign up for our email list so we can keep you up to date on when we have the meat in stock. Beef is processed monthly. Vachetta Creek Steaks, bring your family back to the table.
We've been farming, I think I was like 4 when we moved to a little more rural area.
I'm the 4th generation, and my son, who helps, is the 5th, and the 6th generation is also here.
I'm the 5th generation here on this farm. So I want to take pride in being the best farmer that I can be, because everything I do is on display for somebody to drive past and look at.
It's what we've always done and what we want to continue doing, and I'd like to continue that on with my family, so my children and their children can be raised in the terms of agriculture.
It's really exciting for me in the future that that'll be a possibility to farm with family. So,
What are you most passionate about when it comes to farming?
Family. It is.
Your operation is unique, so shouldn't your options be unique for your forage boxes? Meet Meyer Manufacturing, available at your local Apple Farm Service. Meyer offers the world-famous front, rear, and dual discharge boxes with sizes from 14 feet to 40 feet, hydraulic or PTO, and your choice of roof or open top.
Our farm department is committed to providing ag professionals the products, coverages, and peace of mind needed to run a successful operation. With our home office located in the heart of farm country, many of us have first-hand experience when it comes to farming, and we know how to take out the risk. Under one policy, we can provide total protection of your investment, from your home and barns to your equipment and livestock. We also provide an outstanding equine coverage, from a homeowner with a single horse to a professional breeder and everything in between. Come join us and experience the Salina difference.
Rodock and Midway Trailers are Ohio's premier Thunder Creek dealers for fuel trailers and DEF delivery systems. Thunder Creek offers versatile, reliable, and best of all, legal transportation and handling for fuel and DEF systems. Let us know how our teams at Midway Trailers in Rodock can get you set up and ready any time of the year. For fuel and service trailers, economy trailers, service and lube trailers, double wall trailers, split tank trailers, bulk DEF trailers, and standalone DEF systems for trucks. Remember Rodock and Midway Trailers, Ohio's premier Thunder Creek dealer, with 3 locations to serve you in Delphus, St. Mary's, and Dayton.
The FFA for nearly 100 years has been preparing young people for careers in agriculture. Of course, 100 years ago, that was to be a farmer. Now that looks different.
The motto is learning to do, doing to learn, earning to live, living to serve, and I think that's still prevalent today.
It's all the soft skills that FFA prepares students for that has really benefited me, and it's something that you carry on for the rest of your life, really.
We talk about what the future of agriculture is going to be and how we as students who are majoring in an agricultural degree can influence and impact that. There are so many ways that the agriculture industry needs served and the people in that industry need served.
What a farmer does on the farm is made possible through many different support areas around the agricultural industry.
I think it's so neat when we think about organizations like FFA who are taking young people and preparing them with those skills, who could then utilize those skills in organizations like Ohio Corn and Wheat, other commodity groups and member organizations to really advance the industry.
What FFA taught me is what I'm using at Ohio Corn and Wheat now. Learning how to talk to people, learning that I always have to be a sponge for agricultural knowledge, and just knowing that someone has to stand up for agriculture, and why can't it be me?
Closed captioning paid for in part by the following. Dye Real Estate and Land Company specializes in farmland and recreational land throughout Ohio. A company for people who enjoy the rural lifestyle and looking to buy or sell their land. All of our land agents are members of the Realtors Land Institute and have extensive experience in farming and agricultural land business. At Dye Real Estate and Land Company, We'll work with you to tailor fit a plan that works best for you, your family, and your investments. Our services include 1031 tax-deferred exchanges, land brokerage, land auctions, and CMAs and valuations for estates and planning. We are Dye Real Estate and Land Company. Call us today and visit our website at dyerealestate.com. Dye Real Estate and Land Company. We know the land business because we live it every day.
Wrap it up with a new Anderson bale wrapper from Apple Farm Service. Protect your hay from Mother Nature with Anderson's lineup of single bale wrappers and inline wrappers. Wrap small, square, large square, and round bales to keep hay fresh in the dead of winter. Trust the experts in bale wrapping. Anderson, available at your local Apple Farm Service. Stop in to learn more about the lineup of Anderson bale wrappers at Apple Farm Service.
Welcome back to Ohio Country Today. Big Dan Wilson alongside of Mike Yunker. He's the service manager at Advantage Ag. They're the New Holland dealership in Mount Vernon, Ohio. Mike, thanks for joining us.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Let's talk a little bit about your background. You grew up here in Richland County, huh?
I did. Mansfield, Ohio, graduated from Lexington High School, Pioneer Joint Vocational School.
Now, you have a very unusual background before you landed at Advantage Ag. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I've had some mixed jobs. I started out 18 years as a machinist, CNC machinist. Then we went into business with my father at a dog and hunting supply store until his passing. Then got in the car business and then on to farm equipment.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm asking about. I'm asking about your bull riding experience. Let's talk a little bit about that and the industry and where it's at today.
Yeah, we did some bull riding. I did actually 10 years in the PRCA, Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association. Started at a late age of 35, had some health issues, decided I needed to find something different to do and get healthy. Had a lot of fun, won some money and kept some things going, ended up raising some bulls, hauled them some rodeos. The industry is great. Money is awesome out there today compared to what it used to be. Can make a lot of money. It's still very dangerous, but can make a lot of money, and there's a lot of college educations and things available to young people that are involved in rodeo.
Well, let's be a little bit more specific about your knowledge about that. You have a nephew that actually got a scholarship because of his bull riding experience. Let's talk a little bit about that as well.
Yeah, he did. Joey Potasny. Nephew started watching me when he was about 6 weeks old. Decided it was something he wanted to do. We got him trained up, and he started doing real well. And he was looked at by Murray State in Kentucky and Missouri Valley in Missouri. We opted for Missouri Valley. Had a great coach down there, proven winners. He just graduated with honors and is doing very well.
Of course, we're here at the Ag Rally today at Spitzer, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in beautiful Mansfield, Ohio. New Holland, of course, is represented behind us, as you can tell, and Mike's representation here. As a service manager for Advantage Ag, let's talk a little bit about what you do there and what does Advantage Ag do in general?
Advantage Ag is a farm store. I mean, we're a New Holland dealer, along with several other upline products, Piqua, Citrix, many, Bush Hog, a lot of product lines that we sell and service. My service department, we will work on anything. We're what they call colorblind. We like them all.
Mike, let's talk a little bit about the ag community here in Richland County. Of course, well known for their cattle, well known for their dairy. What are some of the other things that are happening here in Richland County? And tell us a little bit about the crops and how things are looking this summer.
Yeah, this summer it's looking very good for crop production. The farmers that I'm involved with are very happy at this point at the way the crops are growing, coming up. I look for some really big yields this year. I think it's going to be a great year for them.
And let's talk about the livestock and the dairy aspect of things up in this neck of the woods. It's always been one of the leaders in the Buckeye State. How are our cattle herds doing? And I know you're a cattle farmer yourself.
Yeah, cattle farms are doing well. There's a lot of second, third generation cattle farmers around here right now, which is very good. You know, that's what we like to see is a second and third generations of farmers and cattle farmers. I think that it's growing. I think people are coming back to the farmer for fresh meat so they know what they're eating nowadays.
If people want more information about Advantage Ag, New Holland, where do they go?
Yep, just you can find us on the web. We're in Mount Vernon on Harcourt Road. We'd be glad to see anybody come down. We have a great sales team. Come down, tour our facility. In January, I always do a baler clinic. That's free. In May, I do a planter clinic. That's again free. It's to the customers to come in, take a look at what we have to offer. We have all our techs in shop. On those days, they go over all the equipment. We bring equipment in, show you what to look for on your equipment. So when you get back home, some things to look at before you get to field and you're field ready.
Mike Yunker has been our guest. He's the service manager for Advantage Ag, New Holland. Mike, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Dye Real Estate and Land Company specializes in farmland and recreational land throughout Ohio. A company for people who enjoy the rural lifestyle and looking to buy or sell their land. All of our land agents are members of the Realtors Land Institute and have extensive experience in farming and agricultural land business. At Dye Real Estate and Land Company, we'll work with you to tailor fit a plan that works best for you, your family, and your investments. Our services include 1031 tax-deferred exchanges, land brokerage, land auctions, and CMAs and valuations for estates and planning. We are Dye Real Estate and Land Company. Call us today and visit our website at dyerealestate.com. Dye Real Estate and Land Company. We know the land business because we live it every day.
Our farm department is committed to providing ag professionals the products, coverages, and peace of mind needed to run a successful operation. With our home office located in the heart of farm country, many of us have first-hand experience when it comes to farming, and we know how to take out the risk. Under one policy, we can provide total protection of your investment, from your home and barns to your equipment and livestock. We also provide an outstanding equine coverage, from a homeowner with a single horse to a professional breeder and everything in between. Come join us and experience the Salina difference.
Hey, that's going to do it for this week's edition of In Ohio Country Today. For more information, check us out on the web at inohiocountry.com. We'll have a link to our YouTube page, our Facebook, and our podcast at inohiocountry.com. Have a good day, everybody.